So to carry on, if the Earth is 4.5 billion years old, and let's go with it being 4.5 billion light years, just for an example sake, away from the center of the universe, and because we know that the Earth has 1 Newton meter of gravity, then we can assume that these factors are 1, 1, okay? So take off the 4.5 billion years and the 4.5 billion kilometers, and we've got the Earth being spun at 1 Newton meter of gravity, okay? And so as the Earth travels at its 1 Newton meter, that means the initial reaction against it would have been 1 as well, okay? So over the course of the 4.5 billion years, as the Earth travels 4.5 billion light years, then we assume it goes one light year, okay, in distance, like per year. So this is for a really easy example's sake. So 4.5 billion years later, okay, the Earth's gravitational field is 1, okay, and we would divide that by 4.5 billion in order to arrive at, because of the speed that the Earth's been travelling compared to the speed of light and the distance the Earth has travelled over that time, which is 4.5 billion light years, then we can say confidently that 1 Newton meter of gravity divided by 4.5 billion years of travel means that the initial one opposite reaction that caused the Earth to spin with 1 Newton meter of gravity has now been divided into 4.5 billion parts, or is 4.5 billion parts lesser. Okay? And the only question I really would put to that is there a square involved? Proportionately. But for now, I'm just going to use it as a one-to-one example. So that means that the Earth's is 4.5 billionth. The unified core gravitational field pull or influence on the Earth's gravitational field itself is 4.5 billionth of the Earth's gravity field. Okay? So that's the way you would work that out, and that would go for any body, depending on its planetary body or system, depending on its distance from the core, and that would give you the number, the amount of the core gravity field which is surrounding, which is available to that system to be utilized. Okay. Okay. Also, if you're a flat earther and an electric universer, I am a flat earther. I'm a true believer in the electric universe, and the whole point of this series is to show that by applying the laws of gravity, I can build whatever magical wonderland I would like to, because it's an open book. Right now, the laws of gravity can be applied in any way to any theoretical scenario, and the only way to debunk it is to measure it, and we can't really measure the effects of gravity. So go ahead, have a look into this theory. Have a look at the way I've applied the laws of gravity and Newton's laws of thermodynamics together to create this force, which I call unicorn power. And the fact that right now, by all the measurements that we can take, it fits, and therefore it can't be disproven without us remeasuring or in some way taking different measurements to show that this force is not acting in this way. Okay? Have a good one. Yeah, so in terms of a PSYOP, you want to understand how a PSYOP can work and how shills can work, then it's not the way the flat earth theory works at all, okay? Now, here's a theory, which I've called unicorn power, okay, which is an absolutely ridiculous name for a form of power. But it would only take a few noted physicists and astronomers to have a look into these claims and to then apply their knowledge, their working knowledge of, for instance, perturbations in orbits, in ellipses, and to say, well, hold on, that could be an answer for this, And that could be an answer for this. That means we may not need to look for an extra body here, because that gravitational influence could be explained away. And it can be, so if we're finding repeated instances of these observations, then that is called empirical data, and or empirical data, which builds up to become evidence. Okay, and so this is a joke. I'm not kidding. But enough people get behind it, and a joke can become a religion. And I don't want to start a religion. It's certainly not unicorn field religion. And that's what I want to show. I want to show that the laws of gravity can be interpreted in so many different ways, and they can't be checked or measured. And so, as such, if you can build a working model around the laws of gravity, then it's a working model. It's theoretical. It's absolutely ridiculous, but it's a working model and should be looked into. Yeah, so no, this is from the standpoint of someone who doesn't believe in gravity. I have created a model which is based on gravity and explains the movement of the heavens. And I have no doubt that with just a little bit of observation and a few people behind me, then this entire theory could take off. And in 5 to 10 years, you could have people who are espouting the laws of the unicorn field theory, without me having to add anything to the laws. The observations any data can be interpreted in absolutely any way. So for myself, as someone who doesn't believe in gravity, I find that funny. I find it hilarious that you can do what you want with this power, with this force that can't be measured, theoretically, that moves heavenly bodies. Okay, and I mean, gravity is a magic force, isn't it? So, as a form of a test of the waters, I'm putting this out there. And if you're a flat earther or an electric universer, I don't want you to get angry at me and say, well, why did you create this stupid gravity field theory? It's just going to make more people believe in gravity. It's going to raise more questions about gravity. It's going to make more people have a look at the evidence. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with people having a look? What's wrong with people beginning to understand the science, beginning to open their own eyes themselves, and to debate the different ways that gravity